Hey, brothers and sisters, I'm going to keep this very short. I think I've had to restart 5 times already. So, 6, bad luck number, right? Do it again, I'm just going to stop for the night. And it's all day long. I mean, you can't believe it. Woof. Okay. So, I'm not going to speak to this, brothers and sisters. It speaks for itself. It's very short. Get right to the point. Okay. One of the points I was making here, brothers, is about power. Now, power is energy times discipline. Now, the thing is, in the sealed Bible, and I'm really cutting corners here, brothers and sisters. Right? The sealed Bible, right? This time, it has you focus on the quality, not the quantity. We can't control the quantity universe. There's X amount of energy in the universe. That's it. Nothing else. There's nothing else. There's nothing beside the universe. You say, well, there's nothing outside the universe. Just think about the question. You say, what's outside the universe? Nothing. But you imagine that nothing is something. No, it's nothing. It's just the universe. That's all it is. There's no such thing as nothing. I don't want to get in that bus because it gives me a headache. Right? Because we can't control that. We're here. That's why God told Moses, I am. What can you say? We're here. Nothing we can do about it. Nothing. Right? The universe continues on and on. It has always been, always will be. It will never stop. It never stop. I mean, I'll move on, brothers and sisters. Anyway, the thing is that quality. So, say you have 2 people have equal power. Equal power. But they focus on the quality. See, that's the guy you focus on the quality. That's what the quantity. Don't worry about the quantity. I mean, don't worry about the quality. Right? Because the quality of the food. Okay, now you're going to get this confused. I say, well, there's 100 of them and there's one of you. You say, well, that's quantity. No, we're talking about the power there. That's the quality of power. It's like you say 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal 5, right? But that's 5 ones. But what this one just equal 5? It's 5. Just got, but it's equal in quantity. You understand? The qualities are different. So it has a quality of 5 different ones. That's why the Christ and Antichrist, right, are equal. That's why if you understand the mathematics, that's why it's called. That's a lesson in itself. I didn't really get into that deeply, brothers. That's wisdom in itself. Because that's why I call Antichrist. Because they have the same power. One, right? One is one, and millions of them as one Christ, but it means Antichrist. But it had equal power. That's why it says these 10 kings made war with the Lamb. And Lamb, you say 10 kings made war with the Lamb and his angels, like he said with Michael's angel. He said made war with the Lamb. The Lamb overcame by himself. Who made war with the beast? The Lamb made war with the beast. Who takes down the bear? The Lamb takes down the bear. Who takes God and make God? The Lamb. So the point, he takes down the whole world by himself. Because no prophet messenger ever had. Prophet Muhammad had to, he'd take care of the Middle East. He did that. Elijah Muhammad, he had to deal with America. He went toe-to-toe, but he couldn't take it down, but he went toe-to-toe with him. But no one had the whole world, the whole earth, all the nations. That's someone had that responsibility. Anyway, let's see, both has, but look at the quality of it. Because their minds said they give this quality. Right? But in tribulation, this quality you're going to have. In your mind, and it's equal. But you don't see that because, oh man, they got planes, they got trains, they got Air Force, they got bombs. That's why it tells you, don't worry about the numbers. One can overcome 1,000. Because it's about power, not quality. It's not about quality. See, you stuck in the quality. And the quality of see, that's how you see the whole world with quality. And once you get your mind turn back on, right? Then you won't be afraid of them anymore. So they was afraid of Pharaoh. That's why he didn't listen to Moses. He was afraid of Pharaoh. You were afraid of him anymore because you realized, right? That's why little David took down Goliath. He wasn't afraid of everybody. All Saul's army was afraid of Goliath. But David wasn't. He had a little stone. Because he says, ain't nothing. Because he wasn't afraid, because he understood the difference between quality and quantity. And you need to understand too, because a lot of you out there, even though you claim you understand, you don't understand because you still got fear. You're full of fear. And say, well, how come people tell me, how come you afraid? Well, I'm afraid. Well, come on. Like Moses said, bring it on. I'm not afraid of FBI. I'm not afraid of any of them. They already had me down, locked down in Demon Island for 3 years. I wasn't afraid of them, and I took them on. I ain't afraid of this. Elijah Muhammad wasn't afraid of it either. Farrakhan, he's full of fear. That's why he's a eunuch. You give him everything he wants, he's full of fear. Understand? So something I was talking about before. I'm not going to talk about now. I said, well, I got. Well, it's late. I mean, that's the hours, literally hours. See, it's both the same. So you're gonna find that your mind is just as powerful as all their raptors and their bombs and everything else. Well, I said a lot more before about again. See, and that's what it says. The Suleiman, he had the whole world was on his shoulders. He had to carry the weight of the whole world. He got to change the whole world. And then he give it to Master Muhammad. He's got to change it by himself. He said he broke the seals by himself. You always see him always doing everything by himself. Why is that? So you got time for your bullshit? Oh, my husband doing this, my wife doing this, my little baby doing this, my little doggy doing this. Oh man, I dad. I'm gonna take that crap someplace else. Handle it. I ain't got time for that crap. Can't get this right, can't get that right. Saying this wrong. You don't understand, you're gonna understand in a minute. And like I said yesterday, I'm not gonna repeat it, but the cornerstone of, and I said this in general, of this reality, as far as Israel, I'm not going into detail, and so the ideology of it and source. And one of the things is, that's why you saw these, like Ishmael and all them turning white, because that's part of, they're all enemies. That's part of the locking down the thing that you're white, you're closer to God. That means the closer, more white you are, the closer you are to God. Because there was black when Muhammad came along. See? But so that means that emphasized that we couldn't possibly see Abraham because we're black. We must be cursed. That's what she all has. Because it wasn't white. That's intentional. But I talked about it before in more detail, but I gotta go now, brothers and sisters. Maybe tomorrow, right? And see, in evolution, and people been awed by, first they had spears, then somebody came along with a bow and arrow, oh man. Then a musk, oh man. See? But when General Custer went after those Indians, right? So-called Indians, right? They had bow and arrow, they whooped his ass, right? They weren't afraid of him. And the Japanese see, nobody was afraid. They put it mostly in us. But all the nations wasn't locked into that kind of idea. Because the Japanese, when they dropped 2 atomic bombs at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the generals did not want to stop fighting. They said they can't have so many of those things. They weren't afraid of it. It was the emperor that was told them to stand down. It was a god to them. He said, no, you got to stand down. We're going to kill all of us. And the general said, man, hell with that, man. We gonna keep fighting because they wasn't afraid of us. He wasn't afraid of quality. See, they put their faith in their strength, in their will. But the emperor said, no. And so that's why they commit harikari, a lot of them. If you look up harikari, where they get suicide, because they couldn't handle it. Because they said, man, I ain't giving up. See, why give these people? Because they got dropped two bombs. That's just quality. When the Philippines, they come to 45. The point is, that's why I developed the 45. When I was Roosevelt. Was it Roosevelt? I think it was Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt. We went to the Philippines and took over the Philippines, right? And the Filipinos, they wasn't afraid of guns. They weren't afraid of dying. So when they would shoot them, they said, okay. What they did is they took like a rose bush thorns, and they wrapped it around them real tight, right? And so because most people, even when I was in Vietnam and I was in the military, a lot of people get shot. They don't die from the shot. They die from the shock of the shot. The shock of the shot. The shock. Shock. SCHOCK. H-O-C-K, shock, S-H-O-C-K, shock, the shock of the shot, or the bullet, put it that way. The shock of the hit from the bullet. Because they, oh man, I got shot, I'm just going to die. And they died from shock. That's a fact, check it out. See? And that's what happened to the Filipinos. So what they did is they wrapped stuff up. So when they got hit with a bullet, right, they didn't feel it because they was feeling like pain from the thorns. And that's why they developed the 45. For that purpose, check it out. Because the 45 hits you a real big, thick bullet, as big as my thumb. And when that hits you, knock it out so you know you were shot. They had to put fear in the nations. And they put in us. And that's, people still got it now. Total fear. Got so much fear in them. Right? See? So now they got nuclear weapons. Oh man. See? And they can't understand Iran because Iran ain't afraid of it. You see? That's no story together. I can't go into that now, bro. So we gotta keep this short. See, evolution, what it is they didn't increase their power. They had power, but they increased the power hit on your mind because you was locked into the quality. So, oh, they got time behind, we better not. It's the Mau Mau's. They went up against the French with nothing but pretty much their hands and kicked the French out of there. And same thing the Chinese did. That's where karate came from. Look up I forget what they call it. It's a holiday they call it, whatever. I can't think of it right now, right? Anyway, the American Britain, they was over there forcing drugs on them. And they had, I just had it, came to mind just one. And all they had, the Box Rebellion, that's what it is. Because that's what they call karate with boxing. And so they went and started training, learning boxing, learning karate. That's how they developed it. And they went to war against them with just their hands. And they had guns and everything else. And they whooped their ass and kicked their ass out of China. Anyway, that's another story. But right now, they started got you. Oh, see, because our people were afraid of these devils. And you have as much energy, you have enough energy to deal with them now. You just don't have any power because you don't have no discipline. And they're going to make sure you never get disciplined because they're fearing you because you ain't going to even try to get disciplined. And plus, they deceive you with all these movies and everything else. Hey, you can do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do. All that bullshit. Anyway, let's move on. I'm really bad. I'm really not doing justice, bro. So it's going to move fast because, like I said, I've had to restart 4 or 5 times. And it's getting late. So maybe tomorrow I can take more time with this, right? And give the justice that I wanted to intend to do. See? But that's why it's all going away. It's going to be blown away. That's why the Quran says, he says, you think those mountains are firm? And they're going to be blown away like nothing. Because you're looking at the quality. The quantity is less than yours, but you're afraid of quality. They put fear in you. I'm going to whoop your ass. And you can't do anything. Man, a cripple. He got bad back and everything else, but he bigger than you. And if you get in a fight, he's going to be the first one to fall, but he can talk back. Oh, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to go on just one thing. I talk about thing. I'm going to get right to this main point here and close out, brothers and sisters. What I want to talk about here. See here. Now, they took everything away from us. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Is I really wanted to detail about that. And the last thing they said was, to try to destroy the seed. And sisters saved us from that. They saved us from that. But half the nation still demons because of it. But sisters saved our nation to half that's still original. So that they get credit for it. They will get credit. They will get credit for it. Right? See? Because when you think about it, the paradise belongs to them. That's another story. See? They are heaven. That means they're in control. Don't you want your heaven to be in control? You want to be in control of your heaven? But you control your heaven, you're going to turn into a hell. And that's no story. I gotta leave that alone, bro. Just for now. But see, feed men. The devil's final act before they try to destroy us is to take our male sons away from us. That's what he did. Back in the 60s, that's what he did. Because if you go back to the 60s, you know that the brothers wouldn't act like they acting now. walking with braids, their pants hanging out. And they put and her Marcus sisters, a woman cannot raise a how the hell is she gonna raise a man? She don't know what a man takes to raise a man. She ain't a man. She don't know what it takes. But she know what it is she like a man to be. And that's she gonna do. He gonna be docile, he gonna go along with everything and all this kind of stuff. But if he become a woman, who's gonna do the fighting? Who's gonna protect you? Who's gonna provide for you? That's why, hey, Mom, can I stay with you? I can't find a job. Mom, can you do this and that? Mom, you fix something to eat? And you made that. It ain't your fault. But devils knew that that's what happened because they try, that's another way, because they know a battle's coming. We're going to wake up and they make sure that there's no soldiers. There's no warriors. Because our brothers out there are not warriors. They walk around with warriors and slip. Do you see warriors walking around with slippers on? They sure they ain't thinking about fighting. That's a message right there. They ain't thinking about going out fighting. They got to walk around with slippers on. And their pants hanging out. Mom, can I let my ass hang out like you got your ass hanging out? Can I get braids like you got, Mom? And you don't see that, you're never going to see it. And that thing is that I understand where your sister's coming from because we haven't took care of you and everything else, right? See? So therefore, right? And we acting, devil told us to act crazy. So now you're going to get one to go act like you want to act. And if you act like you want to act, then we got the same problem as you trying to make you act like we want you to act. You don't want us to make you act like we want you to act. So why would you want us to make us act like you want us to act? See what I'm saying? So that you could do that to your children, your boys. But you don't want us to make, I tell you, we shouldn't be telling you how to act. We should let you be yourself. That's what Master Muhammad said, be yourself. He just said to the male and females, but you got the males trying to make you act like they want you to act. And you don't like it. But then you're doing the same thing to their sons, making them act like you want them to act. And when you get like that, then you don't want the result. Because they ain't men. How can you make a man? How can you make a man? How you gonna make anybody want to kick their ass and fight and die for you? Instead of you can't do it. You don't know how to do it. You're a warrior, but you're a female warrior. And that's why they act like they act. They act like you. And so they ain't prepared for war. And so it's Muhammad's job to try to do that, and it's my job to have to, and that's Master Muhammad. He's going to force the issue, because in a few more days, they're going to have to pull their pants up. They'll have to put some, because they're going to be at war, and they're going to have to swim, sink or swim, and that's why we lost for lack of knowledge, because now they're in a situation where they ain't ready for it, and they're going to sink or swim, and some ain't going to be able to swim. You understand? And I had a story, I was in the process of talking, I'm going to say it quickly, right? And these devils, I don't think I'm going to that story, right? But the thing is that, and then now you drag queens and all that kind of stuff. You didn't see that stuff back in the 60s. When I was growing up, my father was hard on me, but all the boys, my father was hard on them. They were a little harder than anybody else's, right? But the men that was ignorant back then, they now hard. It was harder on the women too, because he knocked my mother around. I ain't like that, right? They all did it. That was wrong, right? See, but still wrong. Right? And so some boys picked that nonsense up too. But the point is that he would pressure on them, and they wouldn't walk around with slippers and their ass hanging out and braids on. See. And the face up somebody, some other man's crotch, you know what I'm talking about? Because that's what's going on out there, and you know it. Okay. So that's one of the last things to give this, because they know you're gonna raise a female. And that's what you see out there. Female. Who can understand it, brothers and sisters? Oh yeah, they're effeminate, and they nice, and they go along, and mama, yeah. But what are they gonna do in the battle? When the battle comes, who's going to fight for you? Because the battle's coming. Anybody can see it. If you can't see it, who's going to fight? Because they be hiding behind your skirt, talking about, Mama, help me, save me. They're doing it right now. They can't do it the world right now. How many of you out there got your sons and daughters living with you? I got 2 sons and both of them are worthless. Because their mothers intervened. Oh, you too tough on them. Oh, you made him cry. Oh, you spanked him. He's crying. Right? I'm away from home most of the time, all over the country. And when I come home, I said, oh man, why are you talking so hard to him? Why don't you just put him in the corner? Okay, get in the corner. He's been in the corner 5 minutes, man. Ain't that too much? And they're worthless, both of them. Oh, I don't care if they hear me or not. I tell them to their face, you're worthless. You can't take care of yourself. You ain't got nothing, never had nothing. Late 30s and 40s, never had nothing, got nothing. Can't maintain a family. Can't do anything. Because they intervened. Don't try to abuse, you're abusing them. See? That's going to stop in a minute, brothers. Now, I'm blaming you, sisters, but the devil's, that's the trick they're pulling you. You saved the nation, now they got you destroying the nation. They got you destroying these males. Because the father intervened. Oh, it reminded me of that little story at Sopranos. Remember Sopranos? She used to come on, right? And Tony, I guess he was the father right now. I guess Tony Jr., whatever his name was, right? And the young boy, I think he was about, teenager? And something happened, and Tony beat his ass something. He said, he told me he's going to beat his ass. I'll call the cops on you. So he said, okay. If you still be alive when they get here. And sister want to hear that kind of stuff, man. Hey, man, why you saying that? See? But then when the war comes, who's going to protect you? Dad? He going to fight for you? He going to stand up? He going to protect you? He going to put food on the table for you? You put food on the table for him. For the female. So I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Right? This is not a knock on the sisters. They're using you. Destroy your nation. They did it back in the fields, and you smart enough to see through it. But now you're falling for it. What happened? What happened? You're falling for it now. See? And the other problem is then you got these demons out there, so you don't know because you may have a demon husband. Then that's a problem. And then you may have a husband that he's a female himself, so he ain't gonna raise no man either. We got a problem, brothers and sisters, and it's gonna be solved in a minute. That's why Matt Farmer's going to make this move. That's why I'm doing. This gonna be solved in a minute. That's why I said these bones are dry. They weren't just bones. They were dry bones. They were dead. It said soon ahead to raise them up. They got a nation on the edge of death, edge of destruction. And that's what you're seeing out there. Why are they wearing braids? Got pants down and how she's on. Right? They ready. So you got to just pull up on, grab the braids and tell them bend over and you can go for it. They're ready. The advertiser. That sounds crude, but that's the reality. And then the sisters, this ain't your fault. I'm saying you're being tricked and used. I'm not blaming you. I'm not accusing you. We're not going to blame you for this. You're not going to be judged for this. We said we're going to get rid of people that's causing this to happen. So I'm not judging you, brothers and sisters. I love you. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you what's happening to you. See? And like, if you go back in the 50s and 60s, the way the sisters dress now, that's where the whores dressed back then. So they say, and the whole world are looking at you and they say, these people, they ain't human. They're not civil. They're not civilized. Good thing they brought them over here because they civilized. They was running around Africa bowling. Don't look at them. They got no clothes on. The man walking, pants hanging down, slipping on, braids. And they asked how much was a derivative. They don't know. What's a trigonometric function? I don't know. How much is 5 times 8 divided by 3? I don't know. Let me get my calculator. You don't know shit on no goddamn thing. But they got the braids on. See? They got the slippers on. Got the ass hanging out. But that's no problem. They're gonna. They use cell phone. How you make a cell phone? Where's cell phone coming? I don't know. How far is the sun away? What stars do? I don't know. I have no idea. But the ass hanging out. They got the braids though. And let me close out this bill. Since this one thing I wanted to really talk about, day and night cycles. The night destroys the previous day and opens the door for the new. That scriptures are the light. There's no analogy, brothers. The scriptures are the light for that season. And when you set, then you had a light. Right now, the people studying angel that's testing it, they have, I don't know how much light they have, but they do have light more than people sitting in darkness. So people sitting in darkness, seeing the great light. They mean to sit in the dark with fire on. They see the great light. Because the new day is coming in, and that light is destroying the previous day. So that's why it's confusion. This world is confused now because new light is coming in. That's the night. Now they're confused and walk around because what used to work before ain't working. And now what you understand about the power, I just told you about power and quality. If you understand, you're not about to be afraid of them anymore. And that's a big part of the thing, fear. They can put fear in you. So hearts of confusion. So the new light is coming. Who's the new light? The new light is the angel. That's the new light that's coming in. And 2 days can be at the same time. One day, then night comes and dispels the previous day and opens the door to the new day. You understand, bro? So I'm going to leave it there. I had a lot more to say about that. So, nothing but problems all day. Maybe I'll do better tomorrow. I'm going to leave it there, bro. Sisters. Assalamu alaikum. Future news out.